We're starting up. Hey, Vox here. Welcome to MUT Men Podcast episode 200 and... Is it 200 flat or 201? I don't know. Or it's only in the 190s. I stopped paying attention. Boomers can't... I don't have that many fingers. I can't count that high. So, anyways, we decided to do a community podcast today as I've heard from a lot of, like, YouTubers and streamers and stuff, but I want to hear from the wider community. Now, some of you do actually YouTube, like Jedi does YouTube and stuff, but it's really, so like totally, I screwed it up, right? Let a YouTuber in here. But anyways, overall, we're just like kind of going to talk about Madden this year and hear from the community and hear from the wide ranges of opinions going on right now. So I want to hear, we got Jedi Bro, JC Steele, who's not responding, Zeph Death, and D Lions here. I think the first question is, how's Madden 23 for you? Best Madden, worst Madden, where? Jedi, you got first.
Well, I came back to Madden time, like Madden.
Your mic's cutting out. Oh, great. Already technical difficulties.
Should be good. Okay, are we good here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so this is the first Madden I've played. 12? Or 21 was the first one. And I actually enjoy this, even though there's a lot of...
You're cutting out.
Oh my!
You're cutting out.
I can't hear. I'll figure this out.
Yeah. Make sure your sound on Discord the threshold is as low as it possibly can. Zeph Death, what about you?
For me, well, I mean, I would say that this one, it's cool to like the rewards that they're giving out, like for the passes and stuff. But like in general, I'm just not having fun. Like for the most part, like. The bug they were having with the comp pass, where I was able to play like the MVP solos, like solo battles, and get like double, the points or whatever. Like that was cool. That's that's not happening this week, so that sucks. So I don't know. Just like the rewards have been cool, but just like the gameplay is not super fun. Yeah, I would say over the last couple of years, it's not my favorite.
Debbie Downer, Vose, you can join in too. So like, is it just like, the comp pass issues that killed it for you, or what else? Like why else not your favorite? Like the content pretty crap or what?
Well, I guess it's also compounded with just how shitty it is on Xbox right now. Like I play on the Series X, so I should be getting the best possible results. But like, I haven't had house on the field, but I have had like, I don't know how this is still going on. But whenever I redeem something, it's only at the top left corner. Like, it's only showing on 45% of the screen on the top left corner. Or it's completely blown out and it's the entire screen and I can hardly see anything. So, like, how are we still dealing with these issues, like, this far into the game when I should be having the best quality gameplay? Oh, yeah, and it's the only game that my Xbox just shuts off randomly in. So I could be in the middle of a playoff or Super Bowl, and the Xbox is just like, no, we're done. It just turns off. Only game it does that on.
I heard that's an issue on 2K also, but like no, it shouldn't be an issue at all when it like overheats. I heard people have to like put up fans next to their console to keep it running and stuff. All right, breaking. I'm hearing there's a big, decent sized nugget about solo battles from It's Polo. I'm dragging him in. It's Polo. Share this nugget about solo battles. Let us know.
Fox, how you doing, man?
Good, yourself?
Doing pretty good today. Appreciate you, man. So, I discovered something a long time ago back when this Madden first started with solo battles. That's, I won't say game breaking, but it's kind of interesting to not really have to do solo battles to get the rewards.
Interesting. I'm listening.
So, when Madden first started, I was doing the solo battles as you should do, playing through them normally, grinding out, taking all that time. There was a day I was actually bored, and one of my friends invited me to play squads. Mid-game, I said, fuck it, it's one solo. It's all right. I accepted the invite, went and played squads, left after the squads, and got 2 points for my CP towards the solo. So I found out if you load into a solo and have someone go into a squads lobby and send you an invite, you get the win for that solo without having to play it.
Wow. That's actually insane. What do you mean that's not a big deal? That's huge.
Hold on, guys.
huge.
That requires friends. Okay, some
That
of us
does.
don't have
That
that
does.
luxury.
We're the den. We're not allowed to have friends.
Yeah, I will say in the den that is true, and it's sort of to succeed at MUT. I guess, dude, I only said family. I guess friends are there, right? Yeah, you got to slay friend. Maybe one friend. One
least
friend.
one.
You just no. It's totally a thing. Nobody at EA listen to this podcast anyways. You guys are cool. Although some YouTube videos will probably be made on that. That's kind of insane. Wow, Polo.
Yeah,
That's big W.
When I first found that out, like this has been going on for I don't know how many comp passes have we had so far? Like 4, 5,
I think
something
we're
like that.
at like number 6 or number
6. Okay, so yeah, honestly, like I've been getting through my comp pass. I haven't touched a solo battle since the very first comp pass.
Damn, man. I'm sitting here grinding solo battles.
And here's the thing, I haven't said anything about it because I was like, I don't want everybody to say it and then immediately it's gone, like within 2 weeks of the game being open. So I wanted to wait on it, let it simmer, see if anybody else said anything about it, I haven't seen anything about it, so I figured, why not tell them now?
By the way, is
Yeah,
my mic good now? Like, are we?
Yeah, it's
you sound
good.
good.
You're a little low, so turn up your mic volume. But
Okay.
dog, I just gifted you a sub. That's
Oh my
fucking awesome.
God, good Fox, thank you. I appreciate you, man.
No problem. Like that's fucking awesome. But yeah, like Zeph said, friends? Question mark.
Am I being called a rat?
Hey.
That's tough.
Yeah, don't worry about Vose. Vose is like 14 years old, and his opinions don't mean anything. D-Lions, you haven't said anything. Talk to us about Madden.
Well, I mean, this year has really just sucked. I've hated playing online, hated playing against the high points. It's so annoying. It's just,
Yeah?
I want to pull my hair out at sometimes, and man, this game sucks.
Are you talking about squads?
No, well, I mean, head to head.
EA just updated abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, they just updated
they
abilities of the
actually?
Blitz guys.
Do they actually?
Yeah.
Is it
So
on Twitter?
wait,
Yeah.
Fox
Oh,
gifted
wow, they
a
actually
tier
took
1 sub
CC's
to it.
advice.
ZX Polog.
Wow.
pass lead elite down to 2 AP, fast break down to 0, short end 0, removed 1 AP evasive, edge sweat, and removed 1 AP under pressure on Montez. So really the only one that I still care about is Vick, but 0 AP short end on Steve Smith's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So they're working, huh? Bullying
They made a
works. What do you
couple
mean
of
shout out?
them.
I said the same shit, dog.
Made a couple musable.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of cool.
It's like
I
one
love
big
this
one.
Madden lull. Mr. Bread Sauce, let's hear from somebody that loves Madden. I offered Vose the chance, and he loves Madden.
It's gonna take
Where's
us a while.
Bread Sauce? You in this shit? You in this chat? Nah, I don't see him right now. Anybody here in the free beer section that loves Madden right now? I want to hear your opinion.
I mean, I could try
Type-
saying
type
what
it in
I
chat.
was trying to say earlier, before my mic was like cutting in and out.
What were you trying to say?
I was saying, like, this is the first Madden since I've played. Well, 21 was the first one I played since 12. I actually do like the gameplay for the most part in this game, other than the high points. The high points just, like someone said, I think it was D-Lions said it. They make me want to just throw my controller out the window and just stop playing because, good lord, I hate high points this year.
Yeah, they're way overpowered. Like the issue is the defense just doesn't react to them. They don't get to like the animation and stuff. And I know they said they're looking at the meta and stuff, but man, it's been so late. Let's hear. I'm bringing in Trumpet Monkey. This guy's always good for some fuckery. What's your thoughts, Trumpet?
The details of my life are quite inconsequential, Gut Fox.
What the?
We got Dr. Evil in this chat. All right, come on.
Very well,
Come on,
where to
Trumpet.
begin? My
I hate
father was a
references.
relentlessly self-improving boulangerie owner from Belgium with low-grade narcolepsy and a penchant for buggery. My mother was Clint. What? Okay. Okay.
My mother
Listen.
was Clint. Okay.
Listen, I freaking love Madden Ultimate Team, okay? But not as much as we all love you, Fox. And I just wanted to take a moment. It's been a hot minute since we spoke, just to tell you that we love you. Okay, even though
it's
November
not gonna stop
failed,
the beatings.
even though November failed, okay, did you do no nut instead? What's going on? What is this? This prepubescent mustache? What's it? But we love you, okay? And I just wanted to say that. Okay. I'm obsessed with Field Pass. Field Pass is awesome. I've never wanted to log in and play solo battles and chip away and level up daily to get rewards. Could they be better? Absolutely. But I love Field Pass. I love competitive. And I got to say, I feel like it's been the easiest year ever to grind and build a team because I'm basically a casual now, mate. You know that.
Somebody else in chat said it was the best year for no money spent ever. Would you agree with that?
I would. And I'd say it's been a very lucky year for Raider theme teamers in particular, just because of the year that it was with Thanks Coach and all of the Raider legends that they've dropped in. Every time they drop a Raider legend, it's a Niner legend as well, but still, it's pretty awesome and can't complain, man. So that's what I'm loving about it. I'm loving this like unlock progression, slowly chipping away. I dig that. But I've also listened to other callers and agreed, I think, with ScoMo very eloquently pointed out like that we're going to get the same rewards come April for each of the field passes. And you always scratch your head. But I think the design council is working. That's some community members who are like putting in some actual close to the ears of the content guys feedback. And I think got to give a shout out to a bloke called Hope in Kralo's absence. He's doing a pretty good job at grabbing all of the community feedback.
Is that where you guys get all these leaks from, like up and in?
No. There's no leaks, but he has to.
I doubt it, dude. They knew Aaron Rodgers was coming out.
Yeah, he knew, man.
The feedback is the feedback is really negative from a lot of the dudes who are actually like in there.
That just means he's really good at predicting the future, guys. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. But dude sifts through it and passes it on. So, yeah, it is, man. I think the closer you get to making the game, probably the more frustrating the process. I've always said that publicly. So, what are you gonna do? But dude, Field Pass, I love it. That's my positive comment. I dig. Obviously, they didn't work. Yes, I get it. But as soon as they're working perfectly, I think it's gonna be awesome. So yeah.
I mean, okay, when's it ever gonna work? Talk to me, D Lions or Zeph Death. When do you jump in? When do you think the Field Pass or like EA's ever gonna be without airs?
It'll take a while. I don't think EA will be competent at all unless what you have said before, where they bring in more QA people. I think that there's a limited amount of QA people, and I don't think that they'll listen to us, honestly.
Trumpet, as somebody who knows the inner workings of EA, what's going on with their QA?
I've never pretended to know the inner workings. I do not know the inner workings, mate. You know that. It's just the closer you get, the more you feel like your input is actually gonna fall on like non-deaf ears. But dude, you know better than anyone. Corporate, man, big corporate.
Fox, who was the person you had on for one of the last MUT Men podcasts who actually was like given the opportunity from EA to go out there, play the game, talk to them? Because wasn't he the one who said like, even though they had them out there, they still really didn't listen to a lot of the things that they said, and that they really got upset about it and left?
I'm pretty sure that was MMG.
Yeah, I think MMG said that about their mobile. Who was? I think we had Guru on who talked about the interiors, and he was like the old EA community manager back in the day. Who else was the former game changer? Was that ScoMo talking about that entire? Like, I don't. That's a good callback. I don't remember that. Which one talked about? Yeah, obviously, like we've seen this over the years, right? If EA would just listen to the community about the things we want instead of doing like whatever the hell they want, because like we play the game, they don't, right? Like we know like what's going on in this game. And they feel like they just like make up their own things. Like how many years have we asked for? And I'm gonna sound like a broken record. And I'm just gonna keep talking about it until we get it. Fucking saved custom audibles game to game, formation subs, MUT practice mode.
Yes.
So
I don't think
I
don't
don't
think they're gonna add MUT practice mode. I think that really they just want you to maybe test out your stuff in solo challenges. I don't think they would add it, even though it'd be super easy. But that's just an extra layer of work. I don't think they're gonna do.
Trevor, it looks like you're trying to say something. Are you like your thing's going back and forth? Like this is like some
No. It's just my mic's perma open.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it's
gotcha.
It's just the way I roll. I'm also naked.
Nice. We should turn the cameras on.
Wonderful.
Nice. JC's in Discord now. JC, you've been in this thing the whole time. You haven't said a single thing.
And he still
JC,
has
the
it?
floor is open.
And
Okay, well, I guess
we're still waiting.
all right.
I'm here now.
Vick. Yeah, I know. We just looked at the tweet, guys. We looked at it on screen here a moment ago about them with Vick. He changed his release. I don't know. Was Vick's release that like awful? I know a lot of people hated it.
Yes.
But
Yes, it was.
it wasn't like
Yes, it really was.
it wasn't. It was just like a Mahomes. I guess I didn't use him after the update. To be fair, they did update Mahomes' release, and I didn't use him.
No,
I used him after the update.
Yeah, same here.
Didn't they give him the worst slinger?
They gave him like Patrick Mahomes kind of like sidearm type of release, and that thing is terrible. Like
It's fairly quick. It's fairly quick, but I run an under sender offense. I'm in nasty, single back bunch X nasty a lot, and it's really tough because you'll hit your guys in the back of the head, or you'll get some jumping picks from guys that are 8-9 yards in front of the ball. It's tough.
Yeah, me personally, I just use like whatever. Like I don't really have like a formation scheme. I just run like a whole playbook type of thing. And I was using my buddy, his Eagles team with the 90 overall Michael Vick. Yeah, no, that made me want to pull my hair out using that Vick because the sidearm animation is just, it's terrible. I would rather use Baker Mayfield again. We'll have to use that.
Jeez.
Is that why?
Well, here's the thing, though.
That's why we haven't got a good Mahomes card all year because this release sucks.
I think it's also just because the fact that EA, because we all know EA hates the Steelers, right? Because like they don't get anything, or unless it's like TJ Watt with a 93 overall. That still blew my mind that he got a 93 overall for zero chill last year. I think it's also just because of the fact that EA hates Mahomes as well at this point. Like I think it's just that.
I don't think they hate Mahomes. He was one of their cover athletes.
I was about to say he's got to be one of their cash cows.
Right, but he hasn't had a good card given to him, like a top end card, since like the game came out. And even last year, they gave him a Team of the Week card and then never gave him another one until someone decided to make a golden ticket.
But you got to remember, Matthew Berry did pick him for Team of the Week. I mean, I know that's not an EA card technically because it is Matthew Berry's, unless they're telling Matthew, hey, we kind of need a Patrick Mahomes, nudge, nudge. Would you mind going ahead and selecting him this week?
I do not believe that Matthew Berry has anything to do with that except for his name and face on it.
Yeah, I think that was just him and him alone. Like,
Yeah, he's cashing that check, and that's about it.
I mean,
Yeah,
he was
I
generous
agree.
enough
They're
to
probably
give
using
me.
his likeness.
He was generous enough to give me a canine, so I'm happy about that.
Well, here's the thing with Vick. If we can stack 2 AP short set feet lead, 0 AP fast break, and 1 AP gunslinger, and you run him in a gun formation, like tight flex I might run or bunch offset, that might work. And you could work in some QB runs. I don't know. I might switch playbooks. Just give it a shot. I mean, it's fun. I've had Elway for a while, and it can get a little stale as good as he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing is, like, we're not gonna be able to get all of them. They're just like there'll be 2 ability slots, right?
Well, there's going to be the regular
right.
ability slots that you would get for the normal card, and then I don't know if they said that there's going to be 1 or 2 special ability buckets. I think because Vick is a 94, they may give him 2, because they gave the 93 overall all Maddens a 2 ability buckets, so they could very well do that with Vick, but we don't know what his special ability buckets could be. Like they could have Slinger and set feet lead in the same ability bucket.
EA
They
is the
could.
type of company to definitely give the all Madden players the 2 ability buckets because, they're all Madden. They're the greatest of greats. And then the cards above that up to a 96 1 ability bucket. I could definitely see them doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
No, they're gonna
EA
have 2 ability buckets for the 94s, 2 special ability buckets. I think the Legends have had them now for a couple, although you have to power them up. So I don't know.
think Jeff Saturday was like one ability bucket, but I feel like if they did actually do the one special ability bucket, I think we as a community would riot to the point where we just say, "Hey, give these players a second ability bucket," and EA would have no choice but to do that because, well, we're just gonna be like rioting over it.
Yeah. All right. Let's bring in
right.
WTTV. I got a question.
Good Fox, I got to check out, man. But I just want to say
right.
your special ability to make my nipples hard is unrivaled, and I wish they'd give you a special ability double bucket so that I could clone you, stack you on top of each other, and then I don't know, just make a still life painting or something. Just have you hold that for just a couple of hours. Maybe Kenny in the background.
I'm down. What's that?
Maybe Kenny in the background. Listen,
Oh,
we
perfect.
love you,
Always
man.
on. Yeah, take it. Good luck to your team in the World Cup, bud.
Thanks, bro. Come on, Ozzy, come on.
There it is.
And,
WTTV.
What is that?
What?
Go ahead.
Hey, do you think EA is gonna ever increase the AP, or are we just gonna get discounts the rest of the year?
If it's EA, they're definitely not going to give any discounts.
No. For AP, we already get discounts on AP. It's a good line. Don't get me wrong, it's a good line.
Basically,
But
what I'm saying is like they're not going to make anything easy for us, you know.
I think if we do get like an AP increase, it'll be like one around like after the playoffs and Super Bowl. It'll go up to like 15, 16, and then that's what we're gonna deal with for the
You
rest
think
of the
they're gonna
year.
wait that long?
I mean,
I think it's going to be Super Bowl. I think he's right. I think
I
Super
think-
Bowl,
Yeah.
and then going into the offseason, maybe one more when they just go nuts. But I think Super Bowl, it's been waiting for so long. If they were going to do it incrementally, they would have done it by now.
Yeah.
I was feeling around Christmas, around zero chill. I think they're gonna probably give up like 4, maybe 3 to the offense, and then a couple more to defense.
When's the last time?
Go ahead.
Sorry, Jedi, but go ahead.
I was just saying, like last year, they gave us one ability update when Team Diamonds dropped, and then the second one I think was it a? I think they actually waited until the MCS tournaments were finished, and then they dropped a one where everything went up by like 3 on offense and defense, because that was the time that they made Escape Artist go up by like 10, and people still didn't freaking stop using it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna ask when last year did they give us an AP update? And I think you answered that, Jedi Bro. They would have already given us an AP update already, where they have not to us just yet, where they just keep giving us ability discounts, AP discounts on whatever ability it is.
And I'm just
like Vo says in chat, like everything's gonna be 0 AP by the Super Bowl anyways. So like, what's the point of going up at all? Like, what? Like, there's like the first 3 ability slots are basically like almost useless at a certain point here, because why go with like a 3 AP deep out KO on cornerbacks when they're getting it for like 1 on things in 3, 4, and 5? So it's like EA's kind of made their own like archetypes kind of like outdated and useless, because you know we really don't use those first 3 ability slots, or we won't for very much longer. I don't know.
I was gonna ask about
seems...
that. I was gonna ask about that. Like, what do we have any thoughts on those first 3 buckets? Like, who's using Homer and Closer? Like, why do we even have those slots if we're not even going to use them? Like, why can't they just let us use whatever abilities anywhere?
It'd be
I've
cool
been
if they were
advocating
free.
them take those abilities out of the game for like 2 years now. Like, who actually uses indoor baller or like
Like I said,
Closer? Like,
Polo,
It would be cool
what's
if it
up?
was free. If the first ability spot was free, some of those could actually be like, I won't say crazy in game, but like if you go into the second half of a game and you know you've been running the ball really strong with somebody, and instead of having to get what's a freight train for 5, instead of having to do 5 runs, you can just do it for 2 in the second half. That would be really crazy to play against. But spending 1 AP on, who's really gonna spend the 1 AP on that?
right.
No competitive player is. But I gotta say, I do love Fox's face while we're talking. It's like he's curating like a panel on climate change. He's very thoughtful. The face is fantastic.
Hey, I'm trying to read chat. You want me to like smile like a goddamn fucking clown? You want me to like do like goddamn calisthenics out here? You want me to do naked yoga so I can get on YouTube recommendations?
If you could do a clown, if you could do like smile like a clown, and then also put like some freaking Pennywise stuff on your face, that would be great.
Okay, Jedi Bros and editor, we get it.
Jeremy said recuperation is meta. I was actually surprised that MUT.gg put that in, I think, silver tier instead of bronze like all the rest of them are.
No, you know where recuperation is clutch is last year I ran the Ravens book, and if you put that on your quarterback, you won't fumble nearly as much if you occasionally want to take it off conservative.
I mean, who fumbles anyways as quarterback?
Stafford.
Every time Elway
yeah,
crosses the
list.
line of scrimmage for me and he gets touched, he fumbles.
Well, that's because you're not on conservative. You're trying to make moves.
You know, I was using Stafford since I sold my team off for blitz. I was just standing there in the pocket trying to throw the ball, and every time Stafford gets hit, he fumbles. I've never seen that with any quarterback this year. He just, as soon as he gets sacked, he fumbles.
Is that
Is
EA trying to be like real life football? Because Stafford just puts it on the ground.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I was gonna
Yeah,
ask if
probably.
that happens whenever you're about to throw the ball, because I feel like that's the only time my quarterback fumbles when he's in the pocket. It's like right when I press the button to throw the ball to somebody and I get hit, it's like the animation starts and the ball is just gone. It's pick up 6 going the other way. I'm just like, might as well just quit out of this one. It's a wrap.
I have that
Nope.
happen when I'm sliding. Like sometimes when I'm trying to like go down and slide, they won't let me like go down, and they'll still like have me get hit, and then I fumble that way. And then
Oh, you just jump forward like at 2
no,
miles
like
an
a
hour.
QB slide. You know, have like the slide animation with your quarterback.
Oh, do you get taken out of the slide animation? Because that happens.
Yeah,
to me
sometimes
quite
I
a bit,
do, and
too.
it's just oh my
Yeah.
goodness, it's so annoying.
I really wish that they would fix that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Peaswax says he's got an opinion on the ability system, and Vose is going to check in here soon too.
Oh yeah.
Peas.
Okay.
Peaks.
All right.
There
Hi.
you go. Speak.
All right. So, what they're doing with the discountability here? Yep. Hello. Can
Yeah,
you
we
hear
can
me?
hear.
All right. Okay. What I feel worse. Okay. Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I
he's
can
having the same
You
mic
can do
problems
this.
I was. I think.
Are you listening to us through stream and not through Discord?
Oh, that's what it is.
What are you doing, dude?
He's on a rope.
Is he calling from a satellite
hold on.
in the goddamn
No,
fucking
No.
Arctic?
This guy connected to chat via rotary telephone.
Okay.
No, he's on AOL.
I'm
All
calling
right, let me
from
switch my
1920.
audio, All right.
What? All right. You fix your audio. Vose go.
I didn't even have anything planned. What the fuck?
Well, I thought you're like, let me get in this stuff. And okay, talk about
No,
the hatred towards comp
I'm
players.
here to balance everyone else. I'm here to stop the bot comments. That's what I'm just
Okay,
done
all right.
talking now.
Well, stop it. Lay down a comment about comp right here, and we'll react. Like, why is comp the greatest thing since sliced bread?
Man,
That's easy.
I think I'm on your guys' team that like comp is almost like bad for the game in a way.
What?
Here's the big thing. They need to separate the casual from the competitive, and that's what it needs to be dropped at. There needs to be an all-pro simulation mode that if you're not the greatest at the game or you want to fuck around, you don't want to have a leaderboard, go do that, right? They did good by adding all Madden seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yes, okay. They have all Madden seasons, which is great. But there's no leaderboard. If they had a all Madden season, which they have dropped, and they had a leaderboard, it would be beautiful. But they do need to fix their leaderboards. If they had a leaderboard that didn't give people with 1,000 losses the leaderboard spot, it'd be perfect. But we don't have a perfect world. And
Here's the thing. I think like EA doesn't give a shit about their leaderboards because it wasn't until I made like a huge amount of fucking ruckus about all the bots, literal bots, being like 3,000 and 3,000 on the top of those things that they realized their game was taken over by bots. It's kind of like MMG when he came on the pod a little bit ago and he said the mobile community had no idea, like the mobile people at EA have no idea about these bots. Like they don't pay attention to things like that. And it's so weird because so many other games have those like elo ranking systems, so you can be number 1 and it actually means something. And then you match up with other people in like the top 100. Like I play Hearthstone, and like you'll watch Hearthstone streamers, they'll be like top 100. They're consistently matched up against other top 100 players. So the fact that like the EA doesn't have something like that is complete nonsense in what they want to be like a comp game, but they also want to be competitive or casual at the same time because that's where all the bucks are.
Yeah, that's
so
what,
like
I feel like it's hard to balance that, man.
like
Well,
do you
one way
think
to
comps should
balance
just go
that-
back to regs?
Well, no. One way to balance that in MUT is to have an actual kind of tiered leaderboard and reward system for Weekend League. I love that they opened up Weekend League for the full week, and I understand the rewards through the comp pass, but you have to have some kind of real rewards there.
The weekly
All right, votes
league
go.
is
Votes go.
ass. The weekly league is shit. Weekend league was the most fun, jam-packed. You get 25 games. You got 3 days to play them. Go out there and ball. I fucking love the weekend league.
I just didn't like the time frame. I didn't mind like that it existed, and I don't mind. And I love
Fuck
the
that.
rewards.
That's for grinders.
Yeah, but I mean, we also have like things to do.
What about the
other
people
than
who
sit
work
around.
on the weekends though? Who
Yeah,
don't work
exactly.
during the week?
That's
Yeah.
why.
Then you ain't built for the weekend league grind. That's all.
So because people have to go out and do other commitments that make them actual money, all of a sudden now they're not built for it because they
Yep.
have to go out and do
Exactly.
Vose is saying let them eat cake.
No, I get that. Vose, what if we had like a weekend league and then a weekday league? What if they split it in two
Sure.
instead of having it all through the full
Absolutely.
week?
I'm with you.
You had
Hell
like
yeah.
Tuesday to Thursday and then a
Hell
Friday to
yeah.
Monday.
Hell yeah.
Play where you want.
EA wants this to be the only thing that we do, though.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
kind
that's
of
not true.
Just like
You wouldn't have the
weekday.
Fox,
MUT
Fox
is
is
a
complaining
point
about
Hey,
the
Hey,
daily
stop
login.
over talking each other. JC, you're up.
Sorry. Fox has complained for years about the daily login. EA wants us to engage. They want us to get our little fish pellet every day by opening up a pack, etc., and doing this all this stuff. So they want us to do that. But they also want us to engage in every other part of the game. That's why we have all these new game modes that come out. The bottom line is the MUT people here, we have specific needs and wants, and we're the people who spend the most on the game. So quite frankly, our voices should be the loudest. And that's why I think guys like Vose who are like, I want my weekend league for 3 days, give it to me. He should have it, period.
Well, okay, so you're agreeing with Vose. The issue is like, okay, weekday versus weekend league. Like you don't really care. I mean, how much of that is being a content creator, Vose, of having that pressure, having that struggle on the weekends? How much is about that?
I mean, it's like, it's a free excuse for content because it's almost like an event. You know what I'm saying? Every week, you know that when Thursday comes up, you get that weekend league. And you don't get that same thrill anymore. That's from a content standpoint.
You can still play it on the weekend. You know, you can still do that.
Yeah, I get it. So here's the thing. I think that weekend league being on the weekend is how it should be, right? But that's cool if they want to make it the whole week. Why do you drop the game and give us no rewards?
That was my biggest problem with weekend.
Like,
League, is not
there's
the
a
fact
top
that they-
100, there's no tiers, there's no coins. Like, fuck a compass, dude.
Yeah, that was my biggest issue with them changing up weekend league into MUT champs. Wasn't the fact that they made it like a whole week. I'm actually cool with that. It's the fact that they took out the rewards and in
Facts.
favor of the comp pass. That was such a terrible idea because I don't even think like I'm lying when I say this. I think we all thought going into this year we were gonna have the comp pass and the regular rewards at the same time, or at least I
Yup.
did.
Yep.
So
Okay, but is
Yeah.
Weekend League not like the best game mode that's ever came to like video games? Period.
I mean
like,
that is a
dog,
subjective opinion in my
Weekend League is amazing, dog.
So
It's Polo. You're up.
I'm more of like, when I play games online, I want to play with my friends. So I play squads more than I play MUT champs or than I play seasons. Because one of my friends is actually in the chat right now. He said, "Don't listen to me because I have 6 games of seasons plays," which is true.
Oh no,
But I have like 300 some odd. I have 300 games of squads played though. So
you're a nasty
that's
fuck.
what I play the majority of the time.
So what's your point?
Right?
My point is like, even though I don't play seasons and I don't play champions, like I play champions to get through the competitive pass. And if that's only on the weekends, then the second week that the comp pass is, you know, active and is about to go out, if I don't have all the squads games and all the other things I need completed, if I can only play that on the weekend, that's a whole 3 days of crammed games that I have to play by myself that I actually don't want to play by myself. So
Then don't play.
But I have to get the CP done. Which is why I like the fact that it's a week-long thing. I don't like the fact that they took away the rewards, but I do like the fact that they gave us more time to do it.
Yeah, I think Vose is just saying that the time frame has like an event style thing for almost content and pressure and time pressure. But like really the biggest argument he wants the top 100 rewards. But here's the thing is like, all right, so I got opinions on in here and from previous podcasts from people that run no money spent accounts about how easy it is this year to go no money spent versus previous years. And so like what the 200 people, 300 people in the world that would get that. Right? Isn't that like, you know, who cares about those people? They have loud voices. We get it. We hear them. But like, yeah, that's great. But then like, here's the thing is even like many comp players would have multiple accounts there. So really you're limiting it down even more. But like, don't we care about like the 100,000 people that do no money spent or however many more than it is versus the couple hundred comp players? Those. Or WTTV.
In EA,
for sure.
Can I took a break off of Madden 20, probably like 3 years ago, but I've been playing since Madden 2012. And I recently just bought this game a week ago, and I already made my team worth $1 million with only spending $15 on the pack in the marketplace for the harvest. So I think this year is like really good for no money spent. But I did learn once I hit that like million cap, it was really hard to like make coins after that. But the field pass and the competitive pass, like building it up until you get to the max is like really beneficial if you're not like really into this game and you like bought it day one, you know what I mean?
So Vose, question.
Yep.
Who should we care about more?
Ooh. I want to be biased and say us, like the people that spend money, but if I'm being real, it's got to be the casual people, because look at it this way, bro. I've even preached to make a video game free because it'll grow. Like, they have insane money grabs already, but then they have that $70 price tag, right? If you cater to all these casuals and then you cater even more, all that matters is more people playing your game. Everything dies out after a couple months. It's the same cycle. They're starting to get really repetitive. They got money grab offers. It's the same 5 promos. But I don't know. I think everybody needs to be happy, and they can find ways to balance it out.
Fredzilla, I just brought you in along with a couple others, Flaky Gyro. What do you like? Let me hear from you, Fred, first. Like, are you satisfied with this year versus with the no money spent versus, you know? Because here's the thing. Like, in my opinion, I feel like the game on the field should be highly rewarding to skill, but the game off the field, the MUT, right? Make Madden and MUT free to play. That should be as rewarding to the casuals as possible. Fred?
So I hope that I'm not cutting out like everyone else was. Am I good?
Just speak. You're good.
All right, cool. So, my opinion, MUT, the content has been awesome. The gameplay has been arcade. The execution has been fucking terrible. Terrible. Like, I don't fucking understand how we had so many issues. It doesn't make any damn sense. Like, from the damn start of the game, we've had issue after issue after issue. The content is fucking awesome. I love playing with Elway. Sertain was at the beginning. We had Terrell Davis in. Like, I feel like, as far as like team-wise, every team has had somebody think they're excited for it. Even the fucking bullshit-ass Jags had Trevor Lawrence at the beginning of the game. The Jags don't deserve any respect at all. They suck.
You're getting off topic here, Fredzilla. Let me move on to Flaky here. Flaky, are you there?
Yeah,
all right. Yeah, I can hear you. What are your thoughts to go along with Fred? Can you match his energy, or are you just more chill?
Yeah, so I think I don't think I could match Fred's energy. But I think the execution, I agree with him that the execution has been awful. I think the gameplay has been, okay. We're never gonna get out of this ag hell, so we're just gonna be here, forever probably. Content has been great. I think it got off to a little bit of a rough start. I think Pack Strike helped a lot. Rather people really, agree with that or not, I think you can kind of see the differences between then and now. It's just like this game, just the way games are going in general is that they're catering to casuals, right? Like we all in this call right now, I don't think would be considered a casual in Madden by any degree. I think anybody that sits in a Twitch stream or they show up in the den weekly or they're playing weekend league, any of these people I don't think could be considered casuals, right? Like we have some advanced knowledge of this game or like something that the everyday 9-to-5 guy doesn't know, but these companies are catering to these people because they make them the most money. Like these people are gonna come in, they're gonna buy the game, they're gonna put these commercials on Twitch, put them on TV. More people are gonna keep buying the game. I mean, even if you look at just like a simple thing in Madden, like you look at lazy selling. I always wonder like who would fall for this. Like who are the guys that do this? There's people that have no knowledge of how they have no knowledge of how an auction house works. Like they just click it, see a card, and buy the card. Like these are the guys that are making this company millions and millions of dollars. It's not us. Like yes, we're part of that, but we are a very loud minority. So I think like all of these things that we're expecting from this company, like you're looking at all these comp guys, you're looking at all these YouTube guys, and you're like, why don't we have, like these things that we're requesting, why don't they show up in the game? It's because like we're a loud minority. It's like a couple hundred of us yelling versus thousands and millions of other people who really don't care. Or probably don't even touch an Ultimate Team game.
They don't care, they don't know. They don't know.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They have no idea.
Yeah.
I think
well, here's the thing. All right, first of all, lazy selling, call it overpricing like we've always called it. I don't know why people fucking change the name of it. All right, I hate this. I'm a boomer. Call it overpricing. We've always called overpricing since like I've been in this fucking community. And now I hear these motherfuckers calling it lazy selling. Anyways, yeah, obviously there's casuals and stuff, but like, okay, like here, obviously, when the main feedback on the forum is put refs on the field, we can see how many truly that care about like the actual gameplay, the actual how it plays out there, how we are outnumbered by the casuals. But like, I don't blame the community. I blame EA for listening to bad opinions, right? You never turn against the community because like, we're just here trying to have a good time and everybody's got their own individual spots in life. So I don't know. That's I'm kind of like on that take right there, Flaky. Anybody else want to react? Anybody in there?
Well, like for me, I'm 50-50 on that because yes, like you can blame the developers for listening to bullshit ass community opinions, but at the same time, the community needs to stop giving these bullshit ass opinions. Like, learn something, listen. Do something. Like, don't just say just stupid shit just for the sake of saying stupid shit. Like, that's my thing.
The other thing is too is like this was also like talking about that forum that Fox was talking about, like with the feedbacks, opinions. Bro, there was literally a lot of people that were saying to make eggs better than what they were already in the beta. Like that was just like, how do you like? We're already in a game that has really good ags. Why the hell do you want them to be better just because of the fact that you want to throw it up to a 6'8" wide receiver that realistically should not be coming down with it if he's freaking double covered?
And see, and that's my issue right there. Right there is that you have people that complain about nothing just because they want the game to be easier. For me, I'm sorry if I'm cussing all on your podcast, but fuck the casuals. I'm sick and tired of their opinions. Like it gets like, and I'm not even that good. Like if you heard Fox talk about my stream the other day when I got bodied by fucking Inside Zone. And
that was incredible. If you were in that stream, man. Oh, that was incredible.
And that's the thing. Like I don't want people to just be able to press the A button and inside zone somebody to death. Like, that makes no sense. Drop back 15 yards and then just high point and get an ad catch and win the game. When I'm over here watching Fox, watching Deuce Close, watching CC, watching Zan, studying coverages, trying to learn how cover 6, cover 9, cover 4 works, all that stuff, and then all somebody has to do is just drop back 15 yards because they can play the EA and just high point ag and win the game. When I'm actually putting in work to try to understand why am I getting ag to death, and it doesn't matter. Like, that's the thing. Stop complaining about stupid ass gameplay, and then EA needs to stop listening to these damn people.
Fred, I know what you need, bro.
Chat says you're the casual if you're the one getting bodied by inside zone.
You might be right. I suck. I was down there close to uninstalling the damn game.
Vos, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, we need to get Fred in the 2-man under defense, bro. We gotta help him out. You can't be cover 6 in and cover 4 and cover 9. You're fucking lost, bro. 2-man under and some KOs, bro. You'll never get IDN, I swear to God.
I know. Hey, that's what they do to me. I'm like, fuck it, I'm out well.
Oh, yeah, and to your other point, Fox, as far as satisfying the casuals or the fucking people that be spending money, well, okay, you got casuals and then you got the real grinders, bro. You got the hardcore players and you got the regular people. The casuals gonna bitch regardless. You could have the best product that they've ever made, and they're gonna go on Twitter. It happens every time a new Madden comes out. All anyone does is talk shit about how bad the game has been for the last 10, 15 years. Doesn't matter how good Madden can be. Doesn't matter how shit Madden can be. They're gonna fucking bitch and moan and complain. If the comp guys, because we understand how the game works, we know what it takes to have a good Madden. If we took time with the developers and they would listen and they would tweak some things after a beta, and they actually took time and sat down with us and could make the product better, I think we could have a good Madden. But until they really give a fuck about us, it's not really gonna happen.
Okay, but here's my beef. There's one comp guy that I will not name because we don't do that here in the den. But there's one comp guy that every single time he complains about something, it gets a change and it messes it up for all of us. That's my only beef with some of the comp.
Yeah,
Fred's you're kind of cutting out.
I agree with Fred. It's not just a casual thing. There are like comp players that will complain about things that really aren't that big of a deal, but they still will cater to them anyways. And I'm not saying that it's all like just pro players' fault. Obviously, there are casuals that will ruin the game too. But it is a mix of both.
Yeah, but I also don't want us to...
WTTV, you wanted to say... Oh, Flaky, go ahead.
Yeah, I also don't want us to act like, EA is only listening to comp guys. I mean, we could go through a list. I mean, Vos, how many things have you asked for in this game, at least in the last, let's say, 2 years that you've seen come to fruition?
Shit. I used to be a wishlist guy, and then they just didn't give a fuck, so I stopped putting in effort. I'm going to be real. Last time I asked for something in Madden was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, the comp guys are not complaining and then, snapping their fingers and making stuff happen. Like, I don't know who EA is listening to.
I've given that.
Like I said, it's a mix of both. It's a mix of both, like comp players and then casuals, and then there's that small, like, audible minority that Fox was saying, like the hardcore players.
But my point is, why put out a beta? My question, rather, is why put out a beta if you're not going to listen to any of the things given in the beta?
I mean, yeah, that is true.
We still don't got our fucking referees, man.
I feel like that. I honestly feel like they
that's what Fox says all the time. Fox says, "Why put out a beta if you're not going to listen to relevant feedback?" He Fox, ever since I've been listening to Fox about the beta, he's been saying that. So it's like I don't know why they even give us the beta if they're not going to listen, and you can't broadcast it, so you don't get valid opinions. And then what they do with the beta. Like, I'm glad that it's open, but then they open and just give out to codes to just random ass fuckheads who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, who complain about nothing at all. And most of them don't even give relevant feedback because they just won the game early just so they can brag to their friends and say, I got Madden 20 early. I got Madden 21 early. I got Madden 22 early. Man, shut the fuck up. Like, provide some relevant feedback so we can get a good game.
I love how passionate Fred is about
Right?
this.
I love that energy.
But I saw somebody mention this in chat about like we got the gritty, like, you know, that was the
We
big
did
feature
get
of
the
That
Madden
gritty.
is,
23.
yeah.
We did get the
Like,
gritty.
the more
Really?
advances we get in this game, the more it appeals to, I think, the demographic that they want to sell this game to. They want to sell it to Fortnite kids. They want to sell it to the, you know, to the
Good.
13-year-olds.
Like,
Like, that's
yeah,
just
as
what
they
it is.
should.
I mean,
Like, that's just what it is. They're a company. They're trying
No,
to
but
make
that's
profit.
a good thing though. That's a super good thing. 12-year-olds run the internet. 12-year-olds made Fortnite great. 12-year-olds make Call of Duty great. We need to sell the game to 12-year-olds.
and they need to sell it to their parents. More importantly, they need to get the
Yeah.
kid to beg the parents for the $60. Well, now $70.
See, they should just
But
get
you
rid.
know,
Like-
you guys all know that I hate Face the franchise, and Fox hates Face the franchise. I cannot stand it. Well, before Madden came out, I'm at my friend's little son's birthday party, and he knows I like Madden because I've known him since he was born. So he's talked to me like, "Hey, are you gonna get the new Madden?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. You know, I do every year." He's like, "Man, I can't wait for Face the franchise." And that's when I knew that this shit was terrible because he's 6. And he can't wait for Face the franchise. That's who they're catering to. Because, yeah, he's going to beg mommy and daddy for Madden so he can play Face the franchise. And I wanted to punch this little motherfucker over the fence. So I'm like, you're the one who's keeping this fucking game on the lie, you little bastard.
Wait, what? Are you
The
talking about
hell?
a real story right now?
Like,
Of course it's
It's a
real. It's
little
Fred.
kid.
D-Lines, you unmuted. You want to say something?
Well, actually, I was gonna say I gotta go, Fox. Love you, man. Thank you for having
Take
me
it
on the
easy, bud.
podcast. You too.
Yeah, of
Bye-bye.
course. Have a good one. WTTV, you also, what's on your mind?
We just went right into it. I think that Madden would be better off if it was a free to play game. Kind of like,
Yes.
Every game would
you know how Call of Duty kind of did like Modern Warfare 2 remastered, but they only did like the campaign.
Same
So
thing.
that part of the game to people who want it, but then you make Madden free to play Ultimate Team, and
I
then
don't think they'll ever do that with yearly games though.
but
I don't know why they wouldn't though. Like the fact that I'm blowing like $70 on this a year, and then also just random in-game purchases, and in order to get my level up rewards,
Yeah,
I
but-
have to spend money on them. Like,
Yeah, I
kinda
get that.
just-
It sucks.
You kind of just inadvertently said why they won't do it because you're dropping $70 on the game and then willingly, and I'm not saying you're bad for this, willingly going ahead and giving them more money for the microtransactions. That's why they won't make it free to play.
But you would also hate Madden if it was a free to play game, I think. Because we already don't get the patches and the updates that we need. It would constantly just be, all right, you get this game every year. All right, yeah, you don't have to pay for it. But now the microtransactions have doubled, tripled, right? I mean, anything, anything and everything.
Video game?
Oh,
say they up deal passes.
Wait, hang on. Let Flaky finish. Then we'll go to Vos and WTTV.
Yeah, anything and everything that you could think of, you can now buy, right? You're going to be able to buy levels in the compass. Remember seeing that leak, thinking that was going to be a thing this year. Wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing next year. You know, being able to buy levels in the compass, buy them in the field pass, right? Like that would be the life of Madden if it was a free to play game. It doesn't that doesn't alleviate any of the issues just because you don't have to pay $70 for the game now. If anything, it's just going to get more expensive because you're going to have these temptations to want to buy more stuff, right? If you're thinking to yourself, all right, I didn't have to spend $70 to now get access to the game. So that's $70 that you were going to spend.
But that's
on
their
the game.
strategy.
Exactly. But you might now
That gets
spend
more
that
people to play,
$70
though,
on packs. But
yeah, Vos, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so to his point, that's exactly what they're trying to do. That's their incentive for making a free game. Because if they make a free game, they lose billions of dollars, you know? Billions. Can y'all hear me?
WTTV, what's up?
So Apex Legends, it's a free to play game, and there's a that costs about $500. And there's so many people that just love that game that like want to pay that $500 to get that special thing. So Madden makes it free to play. You get these people who just don't want to spend money on playing a game, and they're like, hey, let's check out, figure out they're pretty good. Then more people will come in, and then they can make more revenue for like selling the field passes, and then the game will just become instantly more competitive. Hopefully they will update it like accordingly instead of having to worry about like all these other random game modes don't play.
And see, I like that opinion too, because when I booted up Overwatch 2 with Fox, like, and I looked at the stuff that they can pay for. Of course, it's just skins and stuff like that, but that game is huge. And I saw like when
Jedi, mute yourself when you're typing, please. We can hear you.
Sorry.
I didn't want to let them down. I was looking at videos and stuff like that. They're complaining, paying $20. I'm like, man, like, hey, I'll go ahead and open up $100 bundle for no reason. Like, it's nothing over here at Madden. Y'all are complaining about $20 for a skin. You know, and that's like every other couple of months. Like, they don't drop it every weekend.
Fred, we're kind of losing you. WTTV. Fred, we're losing you. WTTV.
Yo, are we losing me?
No, you're good. What's up? You were gonna say something?
Oh no, I was just agreeing with them. I'm just saying like Madden is kind of a better like personal thing. Like instead of you're paying for a skin, you're actually paying something that can benefit you like in a game. And if it's free, then you can do whatever you need to do. And if you want to pay to like have like your all themed Team Chicago team, you can, or you can just play against the random scrubs who also don't want to pay anything for this game. Since the lobby.
That's true. I mean, it's a big motivating factor for how much money we spend on the game. Peaswax, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, basically with the problems that the field pass and stuff, I didn't like most feared when it came out for whatever reason, so I just didn't interact with the content. I started playing like last Friday. I'm at level 24 without any effort. I probably got like $1 million worth or 1 million coins in rewards. And like the comp pass is fixed now, and it like rewards players for it rewarded me for not interacting with this content right away. And I mean, they fixed it just in time for Black Friday, you know, when a bunch of people are getting the game for $25-$30 or whatever, you know.
So I mean, that's a good thing. Vose, I think you wanted to say something too.
Yeah. So as far as the free thing goes for Fred, that's perfect. That's exactly what they want, is the money grab for you not spending that initial $70, you know. They're losing millions and millions of dollars off making the game free. Then I mean, they gotta try and pull you in by giving you that reason to spend extra money. And at the end of the day, like, if we're being real, have we all ever played any other video game that has been this expensive? I don't know if you guys have played mobile games and stuff or anything, but I've never played a video game that has costed me thousands.
I played FUT's way more expensive.
Yeah,
FIFA 2K is more expensive to a degree, depending if you need
Ultimate Team isn't as expensive as this, but I will say it's a lot more interactive, and you do get a lot more better rewards for playing the game rather than having to spend money on the game.
Yeah. I mean, and it's getting to a point now where it would be dope if the game was free, because we've kind of accepted the fact we got to spend a lot of money. So, a free game, because our demographic is kind of small. It's American football, which to us is like the biggest thing ever, best sport, right? But in the world, you know, it's not that big. And then it's also a video game, so it shrinks down even further. So if our game was free, and as football grows, as the NFL grows, if this game was free and we were able to all broadcast it, this game could be super big in a couple of years.
Be playing other games all the time now.
Raw Genetics, are you here? Okay, I don't know if Raw Genetics is here. But okay, next question. McLovin, you here?
Hello.
McLovin? Oh, hey, question for you. Do you think it's kind of scummy for EA to raise the prices ever so slightly on cards in the auction house? Like, we've gotten used to more expensive cards this year, like 600,000 coins for a big card, whereas in previous years it'd be like 300,000. Is that just due to Comp Pass being easy to make coins on, or is it due to pack odds or EA's greed or what? Or what's your thoughts?
Oh, absolutely. I've been playing since MUT 16. I remember, when cards would be super cheap back in the day. And so it's just, I think it's the influx of coins and the way that everyone's able to make coins this year and how easy it is that everyone's inflating those prices. Like this year, I bought Vick drop day for 2.2 million coins. It's the most I've ever spent on a card, and so
yeah.
I think it's just kind of getting out of hand. But I only play squads, and so it's kind of easier in some senses to make coin through squads, depending on the squad that you play with. But I don't know. That's my 2 cents.
What's squads matchmaking? Why is it easier? Wouldn't it be tougher because or is it just like you match up against random squads all the time and smash them?
Well, for the Xbox community, at least recently, I play a lot with the top hundreds, and so it's been really involved. They've started making a Discord, and the community's really come together, I guess, just in the top 100, and they're kind of expanding it out. And so being able to find squads, easier matchmaking, I guess playing the system to a point.
Not queue against each other?
Right.
Gotcha. Goddamn cowards is what I'm hearing.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that. Like I told you, I'm a big squads player. I've literally never heard of that. I mean, I'm not, top 100 or anything like that, but I've played a couple people in the top 100. More specifically, when the most feared was going on, there was a team of 3 people. I can't remember their names.
What console do you play on?
Say again?
Which console do you play on?
Xbox.
Oh, okay. So you probably ran into DJ Drift in them.
Oh my, that's them. That's them. Yeah. The full team of 8 feet players on offense and defense.
And
they have like 70 Super Bowls won.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Squads. So the thing is, here's the thing, Polo. It's like at a poker table. If you can't recognize the sucker at the table, you're the sucker.
That's what sucks, because I'm actually in 5 Super Bowls that I've played in and have been mine. I feel like every time I get to the Super Bowl is when they decide we're not just gonna give you somebody that's like around your elo, like 300s, 200s. Let's give you somebody that's in like the top 15 players, so that way you really get to experience how deep we can put our fist in you.
Exactly. And it's really not for the playing during the day. It's more so late at night. No one's playing 2-3 in the morning. And so at that point, everyone kind of hops on the Discord. We're saying, hey, we're searching. Don't search right now, otherwise you're going to get mashed up against us. Trying to find, the last few squads that are on that aren't, the sweats. Trying to make Super Bowl runs, stuff like that.
That's why I'm an over in the Super. I've been feeling like what's the quarterback from the Dolphins that won or that got to the bowl his first year and never went back? That's what I feel. Dan Marino. I've been out here feeling like Marino because I haven't won a bowl yet.
Yeah, don't get on after about 12 or 1. Don't squad after that.
Noted.
Squads got ridiculous exploits, is what the chat's saying. Is that true? What more exploits are in squads than are in regular head-to-head?
Absolutely. There's people who just run ags. There's people who run RPO schemes. There's people who man wipe. It's crazy.
What's man wipe?
Just motions, and it eliminates the man coverage. They put out a patch for it out of the PA seam dig in the last patch. Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I was gonna say, I have some man wipes in the bathroom, but I don't never heard of man wipes in Madden before.
Yeah,
that's off the top rope.
I will say I also do feel like one thing about squads, like the people that only play squads, they might play a little bit of champs like I do just to finish the competitive pass, but those are the ones that really focus like one side of the ball. So it's like instead of having to kind of, choose your coin on, am I going to spend 200K on a defensive player and, 100K on an offensive player? Because that's all I have. It's like I have 300K. I'm going to go all in on this wide receiver so that way I have the best players possible on offense. And whoever I'm playing squads with is going to go all in on their defense so that way I have the best possible cards I can have out there as well.
That's exactly how it is. And, we have...
I play both sides of the ball, so I only have like 92 O and D going against 94 O on one person, 94 D on the other person.
Yeah, we got head coaches that have 20 million coins, and it's just off of playing squads, So
yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, squads is what squads. Hey, so Gyro, you're saying you're missing power ups? Yeah, like I don't know, because that's been like something they've taken away from the game, like investments and stuff and power ups. Talk to me. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, power-ups sucked. I hated power-ups. They're the worst thing ever. We still got a couple of them. But talk to me about the investment and stuff.
Like, I agree with not liking power-ups. Like, I don't like power-ups either. I just like the fact that, like, the night before a drop, they'll release a teaser, and then you can sell your power-up, and you can make, like, 10, 15K per sometimes. That's what I miss about it, but, like, I hated buying training and then having to, power up the player just to make them like one overall better. And like you have to, like in Madden 20 where you had to like power them up so you can give them the chemistries. Like I hated that stuff. Like I'm glad that that's gone. I agree with everyone on that.
Here's one thing that not a lot of people know about is like, so those leaks that we've been memeing about, I mean, they're real, right? People are hearing about these cards ahead of time. And if power-ups are still in the game, it might get a little bit more serious with that, with people having that advanced knowledge and everything. So, and that aspect of it, like, I'm glad they're gone. So that way, like, a lot of that shenanigans is basically gone for the game. Because if you knew Michael Vick, if you knew he was coming, like, a couple days ago, and if this was last year, you'd make millions and millions and millions off that. But this year, you don't make anything, unless somehow he psycho goes into power-up. So, I for one, think it's okay that they're gone, and, a lot of that stuff's out of the game. But I can see why people are disappointed in it. I just hated power. Anybody in here on power-ups' side? Did you actually like power-ups?
I somewhat miss power-ups from last year, only because early in the year, to me, if you had the training, I used to always just power them up right before that card, because if you had them on the theme team, they'd still get like +1 to speed or something like that, +1s other places. So they weren't the greatest when you had the actual full card in the power up, but they were really usable cards. Like the power ups all the way up to that last point were actually pretty usable.
Yeah, I think.
Polo, what was your first Madden?
My first Madden was, I believe, 18.
Okay, and I think it was Madden 18 was the bad power up year. If I recall correctly, yeah. 19, they changed a little bit. 19, like what you just talked about, they were psychos. They were so good. They were like -1 speed, but they saw people doing that, and they nerfed the shit out of the one below the power-up, the top power-up.
Yes.
Then they didn't, so they got killed. So EA was well aware of people doing that, and so they, made that not as great.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the year that I stopped doing that, actually. When I found out that, that power, you go all the way up to that last step, and then the card that you put into the power would be like +4 speed, +5 to this, +6 to this. It's like, oh, well, I guess at this point, I might as well have had the card rather than going to do the power up. So I guess that's just dead for this year.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Gyro with the power ups.
Go ahead, Flaky. Peas, you up next.
Yeah, I miss power ups as like an investment opportunity, just because I remember sitting around last year just looking at maybe like a list of core elite cards that I made at the beginning of the season, and just kind of looking at like what upgrades they had gotten, like big name guys. And it's just like that game every week of trying to figure out, okay, who's gonna get the next upgrade. It was like a nice little mini game, like you make mad coins off of it. And to your point about people knowing about these things beforehand, I think it was in Madden 19 or Madden 20, whenever MUT leaks used to be like, I mean, every promo that we would get, rather it would be flashbacks, it would be rising stars, you knew about it at least 48 hours in advance because it was getting leaked. I think it was in Madden 20. So it was like the game was never like, the competitive advantage was you needed to have a Twitter account and have your tweet notifications on. And then once you saw that tweet, if any of those cards that you had, they went up 10, 15K. It was great. Like, obviously we don't have that now because whoever is running that account, I guess, must have gotten in some sort of trouble with leaking information, because now we only get stuff that's like, we get stuff sometimes, and then other stuff that, like, people don't really care about, like code within the game that, like, sometimes doesn't show up. But that used to be a fun time, just trying to figure out what names are getting upgrades. I miss it in that respect.
Yeah, Peas, what do you got to say?
All right, my so this goes back to, this is my opinion on abilities in this thing there. I think we see power-ups at the end of the year come back for regular cards, so they give us like additional ability. Like, we get 1 or 2 slots right now, but when we get later on in the year, and I got my 4th Justin Jefferson with 8 different discounted abilities, and I want to use 4 of them. The only way I'm going to be able to do that is with the power-up. So I feel that's what they're going to do to us, and they'll reintroduce power-ups later in the year. It put like post Super Bowl content, like when they start trying out
I disagree, because power-ups are a very time-intensive thing for EA. I don't think they want to work on them. I don't think they care, unless like tomorrow Vick comes out and the card goes in the power, which everybody told me is crazy talk facts. I don't see that happening. Let's go. JC, you said you wanted to talk about theme teams. Let me bring in Noah and Jalix here. We'll hear their opinions after you. But JC, what's your thoughts on theme teams and Legend theme team?
Well, I think this mirrors a lot of people's thoughts on theme teams and Legend theme teams. The whole point of a theme team is that, as a fan of football, you come into Madden and you're able to build a team of your favorite players that play for the same team. I'm a Steeler fan like Fox, and we haven't really gotten a great theme team, but that's the point of it. The idea of them introducing a Legends theme team with a speed boost is utterly ridiculous, because it doesn't match any actual squad of players that actually play it. I understand building your Legends God squad, but at the same time, you shouldn't get a bonus for doing that. That's just regular MUT. And so they kind of neutered the concept of theme teams by both adding this Legends theme team speed boost and reducing the idea of a speed boost until 40 out of 50, and then you get the other speed at 50. It just makes it so much more difficult. So I don't like what they've done with theme teams this year at all.
Yeah, well, we had a Legends theme team in 19, didn't we? Because I remember I used to add Tim Brown, Moss. Yeah, so this isn't a brand new concept or anything like that. I don't necessarily enjoy it, but I don't necessarily despise it either.
Yeah, any Noah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Any thoughts on the theme team debate here? Are you for or against the Legends?
I'm gonna have to say I'm not. I don't like it. I fucking hate the fucking Legends theme team. Every time I go against it in online, that shit is so annoying. And I miss like being able to have whatever like theme team you wanted. Like, I'm a Packers fan, and by the way, I know we're playing like shit this year, but anyways, that like I miss having like being able to fucking run Packers theme team instead of Legends. Like, I currently have a Legends theme team because it's obviously the best team in the game, but being able to like have like your team as like what you want it to be, and like keep those like I don't know how to explain it, like fuck, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But
no, I got you.
I don't like it personally, especially like now. If you're like no money spent too, I feel like if you're no money spent, you probably have quite a few coins by now if you got the game when it first started. So you could probably make a Legends theme team. But like near the beginning of the year, Legends theme team was like insane because it was pretty much pay to win. Because if you were paying like hundreds of dollars on bundles and stuff, you were able to get like every best card in the game and boost them like 1 speed at least. So
see, that's where I'm gonna push back, because I feel like we put a lot of unneeded pressure on ourselves to have whatever theme team, the best theme team, and you don't have to go out and spend hundreds of models. Like, I had a Legend theme team early because I learned, just buy the CVS power up, spend 5 training, Lab Legend comes on them, and then just wait. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves to go out and get the best card, thinking that we have to have the best card in order to compete. You don't. If you know how just to play the game, you can play. We were all getting our shit pushed in by Donald Parham, and he wasn't a legend. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you just know how to play the game and put the right abilities on whatever team you want to, you can have a competitive team. I can sell my coins, my old team right away, and have 10 million coins right now and make a Broncos theme team. Do I want to? No, because I have fun with my Legends theme team. But I can. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like, I was asking people with Cortland Sutton forever, and he's not a legend.
To add on to that point, like we just be complaining about other theme teams, right? I see people touching that in chat and in Discord and stuff. And so, like, here's the thing: is obviously EA would have to care more about balancing theme teams at that point, which is something they should do regardless. But like in the end, I feel like wouldn't we just like complain about content if it did? Or did does theme teams need like should they be +3 speed or +4 speed? I mean, Josh and Chad was like, oh, bring it back to +5 speed, like we had to had in 17 and before. Who hasn't talked in a while? We haven't heard from Jalix. What are your thoughts?
Yo, what's up, Dan? I am new to the MUT world. I came over from 2K. I've been my team player for like the last 3 years. I've been playing Madden since like 95. I'm a boomer, I guess, by Twitch standards. So this is like my first real year of like full-on balls out mudding. And in that regard, it's like there's a shit ton of stuff to do. I dig the comp pass. Like, I don't have any experience pre-weekend league. Like, I knew what it was because everybody at 2K would bitch that there was no weekend league like Madden. But like, as far as like the field passes go, I feel like there's a bunch of shit to grind. There's a bunch of stuff to do. As far as like the theme teams go, I wish it was more balanced. I wish there was more. There were more options. Like, yeah, it's great. I get to run a team full of legends with players that I love across the NFL. Awesome. But if I want to run the Steelers, I'm stuck running like gold linemen from week 1 release. Like, the balance is shit. And like, I know everybody's been saying that before. It's just frustrating that they don't care. And I get it. Like, I've done all the I get all the XP, I grind all the cards, I get all the compass cards. Like, I play the shit out of the game. I'm not great, but like, I play it because I like football, and it's the only thing out there that fills that void as far as, you know, option. You know what I mean?
So like,
football game.
Right.
Yeah, they should have more options in construction of rosters. Like, Zeph, what do you think about like college chems or like some other thing they can do to add on to like the theme team build to change it up? Because we don't want to do like the same team build types every single year for the next 20 years, right?
No, I agree. I mean, I don't know about like next 20 years. But like, I do agree as far as like the theme teams right now with Legends. Like, there does need to be some kind of incentive to have, you know, your own teams, because like right now, like what I do, obviously, you know, we can't afford to run a Steelers theme team out there. It's not good. So like, I have a couple of I have like 25 Titans, and I'm running like Derrick Henry and like some of the good Titans players, but then I've got a lot of the Titans as backups, and then I just run a lot of like I've got like a Pitts, I've got, I don't know, some of the other good cards, the free Allen. So I run a lot of the free good cards with just like some Titans in the background. I don't think I have like hardly any Legends on the team, mostly because I'm not going to pay all that money for them. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, there does need to be balance for sure. The Legends team is really stupid.
Fox, I like what you were saying about doing like maybe a college, you know, chemistry. But to me, I feel like there's maybe a couple too many colleges, and then the colleges that really matter, like the really big colleges, that would basically be like, you know, just a different version of a Legend theme team. But I think I'd like if they did like zones from the United States, like Northeast, Northwest, Southeast, Southwest, like players that come from or were born in that region. Like, I think that would be a kind of a cool chemistry that they could throw in.
Like, if we did college, it would be Alabama Ultimate Team. That's what it would be. Alabama Ultimate Team.
Or like a home state.
Auburn.
Like regions.
Auburn.
like how they were doing,
Probably.
like your idea of regions, like even state-based, like everybody from Texas and everybody from California or Florida.
That would be overpowered. That'd be as overpowered as the college ones. So like, but like, you get my point. Like, and they can vary it. Like, oh, you get an SEC college camp, you only get +1s, but if you get like a Big 12, you get +2. Yeah, something like that. So,
or if you stack
I
dudes
thought
from those divisions or whatever.
Yeah, you can do
I thought that
divisions
they were going to
also.
do that with the what do you have with the Team Infinity, because they introduced like what was it, that right guard for the Chiefs, he got all the AFC West teams. So I thought that they were trying to maybe go in that direction. That way you could have an AFC West team and have Mahomes at quarterback, Surtain that corner. You know, I thought they were gonna like go that route, but they just kind of left it in the wind.
They gave that to the champions and then was like, yeah, that's the only thing we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have some opinions though, but I've been waiting for a little bit to see what you guys say. Legends theme team, fuck it. I hate it. I think it's stupid. Just straight up, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I think the Legends theme team is stupid. Just straight up honest. 40 out of 50, because I know people were talking about that. I actually kind of like that change because, you know, you don't have, because remember last year we had these guys that were running 25 out of 25 for like, say, Raiders. Then they had 25 out of 25 Niners. Then they had 25 out of 25 Cardinals on top of that. So you literally could have guys with like Isaiah Simmons and then Jerry Rice, and then you could have like, you know, Akella Witherspoon, let's say, from like Madden 22. You could have all those with like 99 speed with just getting the +1. So I think that was a great change to go to 40 out of 50 for the +1. Don't think they should have done it with the Legends theme team though, but hey-ho, it is what it is at this point. In terms of like the divisional chems idea, not a bad one. I don't think that's a terrible idea because you can like, you know, mix and match, have like, you know, say for example, like with what Fred was talking about with a whole AFC West team. You could do like, you know, have like say an NFC South team with like Matt Ryan at quarterback throwing the ball to like Steve Smith and like if he comes out this year. So I think that's interesting idea, and I think, you know, having those type of chems would be interesting. The only thing I would say to that though is, you know, maybe like you could, you know, make it like, I don't even know where I was going with that, to be completely honest. College team
Sometimes you just start
cool.
sentences, you don't know where they're gonna end.
Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna end sometimes. I don't know where they're gonna end sometimes. I'm sitting here like throwing these ideas out, and I'm just like, I don't even know where I'm going with it.
If they so like Peaswax, I think you want to speak on this. What do you got?
I was just gonna say, like, I mean, you're also, we're talking about division theme teams. It's, you know, it's like, I'm an NFC North guy. I don't want Aaron Rodgers to be like the quarterback for the NFC North like theme team, and he's the only usable one in like quotations, you know. And then like it's things like that where it's like and then if we do division, everybody's going to do it because it's just super simple, you know. Make it only +1 through 50, you know. You have to go 10 20 30 40 50 are the boosts, because otherwise everybody have it at 45 or dang near 50 with
that was one thing I completely forgot about this too. Like, yeah, like 50 out of 50 for the +2 is nice, but I think if you want to like incentivize more theme teams, I think going up to like even 60 to get that extra like the +3, I think would be fine, because you could reward players for wanting to do like a strict theme team, like a strict Seahawks or a strict Patriots or Steelers, if you really want to, if you're a sucker for punishment. But but yeah, like you could absolutely like make it to where like, you know, you reward players for going like strict theme teams with like no fillers, and you want to be like, yeah, those type of players should get an extra little boost, in my opinion. I think that would be interesting. I do miss the old Chemistries system with like the zone or the lockdown, the run stuff, the balanced offense and defense. You know, I miss those type of days. I miss those chemistries, because those made things a lot more interesting instead of having the strategy items. And by the way, 60 is possible if you have enough ×2 or ×3 players.
I'm wondering if we get back to a 25, like a 25-25 situation again this year with the all Madden players and Legend theme team. Because it'll be possible to now run like 50 out of 50 Legends and then run, what is it, like 12 out of 12 for the all Madden boost to get
I think for the all Madden stuff, that's actually its own separate chemistry.
Yeah, I think it's its own thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
sure.
no, I know, but I'm saying like you could run them at the same time.
Yeah, but only I think only like Dion can get all Madden and Legends at the same time. Like
I feel like there was I think it is just Dion.
I think he's the only one so far. They had said in the blog when it originally dropped that like Casper was going to be able to do it too as the season 1 player reward, but that never came to fruition.
Yeah, I would just be interested to see if we end up getting to that point. I'm gonna have to leave here soon, Fox. So I just want to say, thank you for the opportunity. Shout out to the Den. Everybody keep grinding. This was a good conversation. Love the MUT Men podcast.
No problem, Flaky. Appreciate the kind words. Yeah, take it easy, dude.
And someone just pointed out in the chat the Tony Siragusa can get the all Madden chem as well as the Legends chem. I think.
I wanted to ask one thing, and it's for Polo. I guess in the squads that you play, right? Because you said that you aren't in, you don't play top hundreds and stuff like that. How many Legends theme teams do you run into? And then how many double stacked theme teams do you run into? Because you can stack theme teams in squads, double Legends, double anything, and then also how many normal theme teams do you run into?
I would say about 90% of my games are Legends themed teams. I'd say about 7 to 8% are either Raiders or Ravens, and the other 2% is just bots. But the majority of the time, when I hop into a game, the first thing I see is that white L next to the very first player, and I know this is about to be a hell of a game.
Right, and that's for me. Everyone is almost running Legends. I've stayed true. I run a Falcons theme team, and it's been miserable. The only good thing on it is the offense. But
I had to, like, last month, I think I played in the Super Bowl and played against the Legends theme team and lost. And that same day, I sold about half my Raiders and switched over to a Legends theme team. It was just at that point, I told myself, it'd been enough. I had originally planned on sticking with Raiders until like a little bit after Christmas, get the Raiders players that come out with 94, 95 speed, on the full theme team to get 97, be like, yeah, that's a really great player. But the power of these players that are Legends now is they're just so dang great, man. The +2 speed to me now isn't worth it because they get the +1 speed and they're still just as great, if not better than the players I have. So
the only way to compete with them is double stacking normal teams, is the way that I've seen it. And the reason that the Legends is so powerful, across the board is because of the AP discounts on those abilities.
Mm-hmm. But like this is my thing, and Fox makes fun of me for it, and it's okay because I understand. But in the past years, we can swap Legends theme team with Raiders theme team. It doesn't matter. So like, regardless, if we're gonna have theme teams, there's always gonna be one that's overpowered. I was so sick of every single damn time Madden Ultimate Team tweeted, I see a fucking Raider tweeted. I was going to hell. I was going after Jay. He's the head of the head developer. I was just pissed off, not because of my Broncos stuff, but because I was just tired of the saturation. So yeah, we're always going to have saturation of one or the other because they don't know how to balance. So I do agree with you guys that we do need to have better balance when it comes to these theme teams. Like regardless, I don't care if it's Legends. I don't care if we don't have Legends theme teams. They just need to do a better job at balancing the content. The content and the players are good, but it doesn't have to always be a Legend at the top. It doesn't always have to be a Raider at the top. It doesn't always have to be a 49er, a Raven. Like, there's other teams that do exist. They can get some love.
on that same note, Fred, it's the thing that makes me nuts is I don't think there should ever be a promo drop where we get 2 players from the same team. Like it's that simple. Like if they weren't allowed to double up players from the same team every promo, like what was the one weekend we got Legends and they were all Vikings, or they were all like
it was Packers, and that was like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but I mean, like there is no reason with 32 NFL teams that we should be getting double and triple drops from the same team, and that's part of the reason why the balance is so shit. Like every time
they also do that shit. They also do that with positions. Like we didn't have any right guards forever, but they'll saturate us with free safeties, or the saturate us with running backs and quarterbacks. Like there's a lot of different great players throughout the league, the entire history, that are playing good football. And Fox has said this before. We don't always have to have a legend with the top card. Like Lane Johnson, give him a 93. It's fine. He could have got a 93 in blitz. He's one of the fastest offensive linemen in history. Give him a blitz card. Like it makes sense.
They don't even have to make it like a great known player giving them a top card. Like give a player that we don't really know, give them one of these 91s, 92s, and then just leave them like that for the rest of the year. But I don't want to have a gold right guard all year.
That's what I do like about the Compass, because I have no idea who this St. Juice card. I can't even say his name. I don't know who. I just saw Paulo Mal, whatever, in his first game when my sorry-ass Broncos lost to the Raiders. And they said, this is first game he ever played. Damn. We didn't know who the hell he was, have no clue. So I like that. Give these players good cards that we have no idea about. They don't always have to be at the top of the meta. Like, I like that this St. Juice card is better than Jalen Ramsey because it's just saturated and it's recycled. I know I complain about recycled legends and recycled players. We already have, I'm already seeing some of the same players getting recycled and being put back in the game. Like, there's no reason for us to have another Night Train Lane right now.
Yeah, Raw Genetics, what do you think about recycled players?
Yeah, no, it's really crazy. I was actually about to say something. What's going on, boys, by the way? Happy Thanks. It's really interesting because I feel like this Madden in particular, we've been seeing a lot of, stacked people because I've been playing since 16, and even last Madden, I feel like you guys can agree as well that we didn't really see the same kind of people, and we definitely had a lot bigger diversity when it came to those top cards. And I don't know, I feel like it's just this Madden. This Madden really is there. I don't know what it is. I don't know who's okaying these things, but they're definitely not doing their job right, and that's just something that we have to face and we have to go through.
Are they ever going to get better? This dude's on a military radio. Are they ever gonna get better though? Like how many years have we complained about content and the balance of content and the cards and stuff? Like I don't know. Are they? Well, first of all, they're getting better, and second of all, is there any way of possibly ever being better? Roger and Axe, I'll go to you first, and then someone else after.
So it's really interesting because someone like me, I don't really run a theme team. I used to when it would obviously benefit me, but this year, the players that I usually use, they're not really on the same team. So I'm kind of okay with the content, but everyone else that I feel like runs all those theme teams, it's definitely more of a struggle. And we need some way to voice our opinion. And I obviously know that's obviously a dream, but how are they going to know what we don't like and what we like? And yeah, we're still going to spend money on packs. And yeah, Pack Strike definitely did something, but there's definitely more to the game. And there's something that was said a lot earlier about the Compass. Yeah, it gives us really good, different players that they shine on. But I really think if they would have kept in, weekend league or weekend league rewards, I feel like it would have been something, I don't know, I would have definitely loved to play the game a lot more because I love trying to get that top 25 to get those amazing rewards. But I don't know. That's just me, to be honest. My opinion.
Yeah, JC, you said you want to say something?
I mean, this has been brought up before, but I think that the best thing about building your MUT squad is trying to customize it to your scheme and what you want to accomplish when you play the game. And one of the things that Madden's EA's never been great about is making it so that you can customize the kind of players you want on your team to build a competitive squad and compete. And you know, SDS has the parallel system for its MLB The Show game, where if you play with a card or you get to certain statistical thresholds, you're able to increase stats on that card. I always thought that would be a great thing for MUT, even if you took away all the physical stats and you couldn't increase the card's speed or acceleration, or like, let us put some points into some of the other stats. If I want a wide receiver that's great at you know, run blocking in the slot, let me increase that. If I parallel that card, let me make the cards on my squad customized to my scheme. That would make it so much more interesting in terms of team building to me.
Anybody have any thoughts?
Definitely agree with that. Agree with that.
Yeah, Beeswax.
Yeah. I mean, I think they need to do a better job as far as getting a feel for what players we want and need as far as legends go. Because it seems like they capture like very small glimpses of teams' histories with the legends. You know, it's like my Vikings, we only get players from the late 90s. I mean, we used to get Kraus and Alan Page, but we haven't seen them in like 3 or 4 years. And like
Page was
your
in
Steelers, we
21?
only get Kevin Greed from the 90s, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's all things like that. It's like the Green Bay Packers, we used to get 90s players from them. We get Barry from the 90s for the Lions, but we don't really get any 80s Lions. Or Bears, we get Singletary and Walter Payton for the 80s, but we don't get Gale Sayers. We haven't seen him for a little bit. And the late 90s and early 2000 Bears don't get represented that well other than Devin Hester. So I think they need to, you know, pick a decade or pick decades. Don't go hardcore on like 4 guys from the same 3 years that the team was good.
Yeah, I think that's fair. The problem is like most people's memories of that era are just better, and like so not a lot of people playing MUT know a lot of the above average players from the 60s. So we know and relate to the above average players from the 90s, 2000, 2010s. Whereas like if you just gave, you know, that's why like Hall of Famers from the old age are great to like legendary cards. But like if they're just like, you know, he was all right, I guess. You know, he was pretty good. Like it doesn't really move the needle like a pretty good player. We'll say like Cordell Stewart on the Steelers would move the needle for me because he was pretty good for us. I know he's on the Bears and stuff too, but like I just feel like that's maybe why they focus on that era more than anything else. I want to switch on to out of position as our final topic since the game's over here. The Steelers frustratingly lost another one. Who does anybody here like out of position?
Yes.
I don't really care. Oh, my bad.
Let me hear from WTTV. He said yes first. I want to hear the most extreme opinion.
I think this is funny to have like a great like Cordell Patterson at your linebacker spot and just have that extra speed. That's all I'm gonna say. Pretty much, it's like having like the oppositions, and they usually, I don't know, it's just kind of cool to pick off something with a wide receiver like a Calvin Johnson or Cordell Patterson.
But like you're just caring about the speed and height. Oh, sorry, Zeph.
It's more like the speed and the height and the name. Like when you're getting picked off from a free safety, Calvin Johnson, you know, you're just like messed up.
Yeah, but do it when the game is bullshit. Like do it at the end of the year. Do it after the Super Bowl. There's no reason to do it right now, like we had Randy Moss.
I thought the perfect time for position was when they did the backyard baller stuff. That was good. But I will say, I'm a little tired of free safety Calvin Johnson, just because it's overdone. It's overdone. Not that I have.
Sorry.
For me, like
okay,
another one.
We're kind of losing you again, Fred. Like chat saying they shouldn't be the meta cards. They shouldn't be the best cards in the game. They should just be fun. Like, you know, outside of golden ticket era. Polo, what do you want to say?
I was gonna say I like out of position cards because, you know, it is cool to have names, you know, you like and recognize from the offense, be on defense, but I don't think that they should make them as powerful as they are. Like because Cordero Patterson is a halfback, and he's a really fast halfback. I feel like, even though he's fast and he is, that good on offense, when you put him on defense, if he was to actually play defense in real life, he'd be a little bit more hesitant. He'd still be the same speed and everything, but he wouldn't. I feel like they should just make the physicals just a teensy bit lower than what they actually are, so that way they're not these overpowered freaks of nature where it's like, oh, my Cordero Patterson just ran 99-yard touchdown and he just hit stick, you fumbled and made it and took it all the way back to the end zone.
Yeah, that's kind of like what Fox says, is that Calvin Johnson was a physical freak. Why release him in the game with 90 awareness and 95 play rec?
I'm gonna be
because
honest. Go ahead, Fox.
Yeah, go ahead, Jedi.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna be completely honest. I like out of position. It keeps things interesting for me. It keeps things interesting. Like, I know I could see the argument why people don't like out of positions. I can get it, because obviously, it never made sense to have, Calvin Johnson be playing safety when he hasn't played safety that much in his career. However, my counterpoint to that is MUT is not supposed to be a super serious mode. At least that's what I was told. MUT's not supposed to be like a super serious, like insanely competitive mode. It's supposed to be like just this fun mode. And so I personally don't mind out of positions. As long as they're not stupidly insane like Derrick Henry, I could care less.
Yeah, exactly. That one right there. He's the benchmark that we don't need to ever hit again.
If it's not Derrick Henry insane, I could care less if they're in the game in like October or like December. I could care less.
Yeah,
I know Fox, you're gonna want to end, but I do want to say, as much as I have been disappointed in the beginning of MUT, like, I want to say, like, Vo's brought up a good point, or somebody did. I forgot who it was. But now that the compass is working and we're getting our rewards, MUT is a lot better now. Like, it's fun to me. Like, I don't mind playing casually more, and I don't get super frustrated. Yeah, I do get frustrated when you want me to be a hamster wheel, and I'm signing in to do my dailies, and I'm buying my little coin pack and completing my little set, and it doesn't matter, and I'm not getting my rewards that you tell me I'm going to get by eating your cheese. But now that everything's working, I'm excited for the future of MUT. Like, as long as everything keeps working like it's intended to, this game can really be great at the end of the cycle. But the beginning of MUT has really soured a lot of people's opinions on it. Like, I will still say that Jake's last year was the benchmark. And how this NBA Live guy, and I will still say hashtag fire NBA Live guy constantly. But he didn't have to just change stuff. And he's changed stuff, and this is the product that we have. But now that a lot of things are fixed, I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for presents. I'm excited for Easter. But I don't like that it took, 3 months to get all this stuff hashed out. But I am happy now. I'm excited, and I think that this can be a great game if everything works.
All right. Yeah. That's a good final word. Raw Genetics, what up?
I just wanted to throw a little counter argument to that. I definitely like the compass, but I definitely noticed me playing Madden a lot more and desiring to play Weekend League a lot more versus the compass. And I don't know, I like the rewards, but I don't know, what do you guys think? I definitely feel like Weekend League, trying to grind those 25 wins, I took them a lot more serious than like the comp wins. And honestly, I like to play the game, to have a good time. I like grinding and stuff, but I don't know, I feel like the people I come against, they're not too competitive. And I don't know, I just feel like this game will be really, really fucking interesting if we had those Weekend League rewards or just Weekend League again with the compass.
We talked about this earlier on the pod with Vose. The main problem that I think we all came to an agreement on was the fact that the weekend league rewards were taken out. It wasn't the fact that they made it a 7-day thing. It was the fact that they took out the rewards.
100%.
Yeah, losing no longer matters. If you lose, it doesn't just matter. And that's really the problem. There's no stress. Stress creates fun, oddly enough.
100%.
Why do you guys? Wait. You guys want to be stressed out for fun? Is your real life not bad enough as it is? Like, what the fuck candy ass land you guys living in?
The only thing I'll say, and it's not having to do with that, but with the rewards that we're getting, the regular pass that we have, I really wish that they made level 52 on rewards so much better than they are. Because 10,000 coins for getting up to 1,000,000 XP is just so. I feel like it's a slap in the face.
It is. Oh my god!
It absolutely is.
Oh my god! I'm with you so hard with that. Not only is everything after 52 dog shit, but like once you finish the pass, like you can max out the pass with 20 days left to go in the season. If you do your challenges every day, and after that, it's like, well, I got no reason to log into MUT. I got my, I finished my comp pass, and then I turn it off for 5 days. Like looking at the rewards that Fox is going through right now on his Twitch, like at best you get like maybe a couple of good packs and then a XP token for like next season. Like who the hell cares?
Yeah, I cannot wait to pull 3 golds and 181 out of one of these red zone packs.
Beautiful, just beautiful.
Yeah, like right now, looking at my pass, right? The only thing I got left that I can even progress is comp pass. Like my most feared's been maxed out, the harvest's been maxed out. My level, I've been level 61 for a week. And it's just like, well, what's my impetus? Oh, okay, I can get on and play head-to-head seasons, but that gets repetitive. And
whoa, who's using big words over here? We're in the den. Don't be using words like that.
That was a strong one. I heard it. I was like, wait, hold on. Yes, sir?
Sorry about that.
Hold up. You're insulting the intelligence of the den now.
Did you say that? I don't know what
How
that means.
dare you? I represent that comment.
How about that? Motivation is a better, more common word. But what's my motivation to get on and play? Yeah, I can get some coins out of head-to-head. Yeah, I could do this, but like, I don't know. I enjoy the aspect of grinding XP. Like that's part of the reason that they got me hooked into MUT this year. Like I like doing challenges. I like trying to get so many picks or interceptions or fumbles or sacks or points. Like it gives you something to do when you're playing the game.
I feel like once you get to that point,
good idea. And you know what we
go Polo first, JC.
I feel like once you get to that point of the max season level, the max whatever program that they have coming out, and then at that point it's like the only thing I care about is what comp pass card are you putting out, and am I actually going to do this comp pass to get that card, or am I just going to basically play something else for the next 2 weeks until the next season comes out?
Yeah, and especially with this comp pass, like if you look at this particular like almost end of the season comp pass rewards, it's like 300,000 XP. I don't need any of that fucking XP. I know some people do.
Yeah, I don't need it either.
That's a lot of XP for no reward for a lot of the grinders of this game, of your people who spend the most time playing it.
Now, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I kind of like it like that because I don't feel the pressure of grinding. I don't have any fear of missing out. I can look at the compass and be like, I already have my corners. I don't really need this guy. Like it keeps me from not spending a lot of money. But
JC's up.
Look, there are going to be always hardcore people that finish early. I'm level 61 and I maxed out all the passes, but comp pass 2. I happen to share an account with a dude and we kind of grinded through. But here's the thing: what if they had? But the point is, if that happens, it'd be great if EA could just have like a spillover pass where you could like grind and get some extra statistical thresholds or whatever and get some extra rewards. A spillover pass if you finish the season pass early or the comp pass early, so that you have something else that kind of stuff that enables you to get some extra stuff. That's all.
2K started doing that 2K started doing that about halfway through their game cycle last year, where once you hit max cap, they basically created a beyond level 40 because 40 was their max cap, where you could either get a player reward or get a fantasy pack of players throughout the season, and it gave you just more stuff to grind and kept you playing the game because they saw all these people maxing out and then not play their game for 2-3 weeks and then come back when the new season dropped, because their seasons were only 6 weeks as opposed to however long Madden season are, which feel like 10 years trapped in these seasons.
Damn,
KKL, you've been here for a while without saying a whole lot. You got anything to add to the conversation? Guess not. There you
No, you know my thoughts on this game.
KKL, not a fan. Not a fan.
It's kind of crazy that EA is losing the moral high ground at 2K when it comes to something like that. That's kind of nuts.
Well, 2K is also in year 3 of doing of their version of Field Pass, and this is what year 1 of Madden trying to do this. So hopefully they figure it out.
If you count the levels, though, they've been doing the levels aspect of it for what, longer than 2K has?
But we were just kicking field goals and shit, huh?
Yeah, like the level grinding last year, like we're kicking field goals, or in 21 when you're just throwing 50-yard streaks down the sideline. And that's as far back as I can go because that was the first time I played MUT.
I will say for this being their first time trying the field pass, it's not as terrible as I thought it would be originally. Because I was I thought that they were really gonna shit the bed with the field pass, but it's not terrible. It's not bad. I wish that there were more. Because like we were saying earlier, for those of us who do play the game, damn near daily, or if not daily, you get to level 61 with 18 days, 20 days left in the season. It's like, well, shit, now what? I just twiddle my thumbs and stare at the ceiling until season 3?
I think they should decrease the amount of time the season is from 6 weeks to maybe 5 or maybe 4 weeks.
I don't know. I will say this is
to fill in that time. And we all know they're not capable of doing that.
Pardon?
They'd have to come up with content to make it possible for you to get the levels in that time, and we all know they're not. EA's competence in making content just ain't it.
Right, but you could also there also is level 51. Maybe you could just make level 51 the cap, right? You don't have to get that extra XP, and then maybe lower the XP. I'm at this point really doing a whole season pass workover, so I don't even know where I'm going with this.
No, I feel it because like I said earlier, everything from level 52 on is I don't need it, nor do I care for it. I just get it because I'm playing the game at this point.
Yeah, it's all useless pretty much. It's like you're just grinding for nothing. There's no point to really play.
A $250,000 of XP, and I'm only getting 50,000 coins from it in a jersey. Come on.
Yeah, you shouldn't. There's no way you should be getting 10K coins at 53 or whatever it is.
That should be like at least 100,000 coins at level 53 or level 55.
Yeah.
I'd rather take an 80+ core elite than a jersey. That jersey is useless.
Facts. Yeah, I would rather take a player than a jersey.
Yeah, jersey shouldn't be in there at all.
Unless it's something like Seahawks related. Then I might take the jersey.
They'd give us a BNP 80+. You couldn't put it in sets.
Oh, good Lord. Can you imagine? Oh, my goodness. Oh, Lord.
Anyways, I appreciate everybody coming to the MUT Men Podcast, hanging out. I'll just run over the names quick. A lot of people came in and out. It was fun having the community one. We should do this again sometime this year. Fredzilla, Polo, Jalix, JC, Jedi, McLovin, Noah, Raw, WTTV, Zeph, and KKL. Appreciate it, dudes. It was fun. Everybody on iTunes, Spotify, make sure and rate us as maximum as you can. And we'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Have a happy, merry
New Year. Yeah, happy holidays, everybody.
Yes.
Right back at y'all.